Hello. I cannot believe I am sitting back in front of the microphone. It feels so familiar, but also so different. If you are new here, welcome to Sistervention. If you are not new here, thank you for waiting on me. It's been quite some time, and we are going to get into all of that. But first, I just want to say thank you for everyone who is always asking me, when's the podcast coming back? I love the episodes, or just wondering, what happened. I'm here to give you guys all the tea. There's not much tea, but I do want to just give you guys a life update because I feel like you are owed it. And then also just get into what's happening, what's new. I'm always someone who loves the future more than they dwell on the past. So I'm so excited of what's ahead. I'm so excited of what's to come. I'm so excited of what's happening right now. If you've been following me on socials, you know we have an amazing event coming up. So hi guys, welcome to Sistervention, a podcast where women are we just have a safe space, okay? I don't even know how to describe it anymore. And again, we'll get into all of that because I have some new vision for Sistervention, which is why it took so long to come back, because I wanted to make sure that what I was doing was really impactful. I didn't have the answers. I still don't have the answers. But you know what? We're going to figure it out along the way. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy to be back. And I'm really thankful that I felt like this is what I should be doing, right? A lot of times you get an idea and you sit on it or you act on it and then things don't go your way and you're like, well, that wasn't meant to be. And this is one idea that just kept being in the forefront of my mind. I can't even say it was in the back of my mind. It was in the forefront. Every day I'm like, what are we doing with Sistervention? I got to get Sistervention back. I want to get Sistervention back. So we're back. So happy to be here. So let's just dive on in. Okay. Let's just pick up where we left off. So I have not posted since May 22nd of 2025. So we are over a year. I know we are over a year. Life was lifing, okay? Not only did my grandma pass, and she passed in May, so right after I had filmed those 2 episodes, I went to Florida. We did the funeral, just making sure my family was okay. But then the podcast studio shut down. My editor was like, hey, I actually can. He's really my editor and producer. He was like, listen, I cannot do your podcast anymore. And I was just like, all right, Lord, what are we doing? A lot of times it just feels like everything is crumbling and coming all in at one time. And I really just took that as a sign to just relax, figure it out, give myself a beat. I'm really all or nothing. So either I'm cranking out 3 podcast episodes a session or I'm going 3 weeks not doing anything. And that's really just what it became. It became just a lull of like, you know what? Let's just take a pause. Let's figure things out. And I learned so much through the process. It's been quite some time. I am not who sat here before you before. So I'm excited to really take you guys along the journey as I grow and how I've grown in this last, year and some change, a little change. Okay, let's see. How long has it actually been? I think it's been about 15 months. So a lot has happened in 15 months. This is where I belong. And you know what? I'll give you guys just full on transparency. At some point, I was like, okay, I have to get a job. I have not worked in 4 years, and it's been lovely, right? I think women are built to create, and I've been able to really think and create and just be, which is such a blessing. And I always preach about financial freedom and just like having options, right? I've always wanted to be someone who wanted options. I've always wanted to be someone who had a choice, and that's really what I've afforded myself to do, but it absolutely came at a price, right? Like it came at a price, and there's a lot of things and a lot of changes that had to happen in order to, make all of this happen per se. And I'm so blessed and so thankful that I have a family who's super supportive of my dreams. And I understand that that's not everyone's reality. But for me, it's been really such a blessing to be able to do that. But again, there's just certain things that I know that I want to do as a woman. I'm turning 35 in November, and there's just a lot of things that I want to accomplish in a very short amount of time. And it's really time to just put foot on neck and don't take it off, okay? That is going to be me for the next 6 months. And honestly, that's part of my problem. It's not just for the next 6 months. It's forever, okay? I'm never taking the foot off neck, okay? The last time I did it was the last time I'm going to do it. Period. Okay. So yeah, I've tried to get a job. The Lord's like, psych. And I'm like, wait, what? It's really interesting. Obviously, we all know the job market sucks, but I just felt like, you know what? Let me get a steady 9 to 5. Let me just go back to work. It's been 4 years. It's time for you to go back. I did pick up a 6-month contract at the top of 2025, which I absolutely hated, which is probably why I won't be going back to work anymore. I got my real estate license. That's where we left off. I had announced that I had my real estate license. I actually got my real estate license in 2024, but your girl wasn't promoting that because I just felt like, you know what, everyone's a realtor. You've been in real estate already as an investor. Do you really need to announce that you're a realtor? If you know type of vibes. And that's just not how you build a business. That's just not how you grow. That's just not. And honestly, I think it was my own, me versus me. A lot of this has just been me versus me. Who else should it be again? I do think it's been quite a journey of me versus me, just trying to figure out what I really want to do. I know who I want to be, but point A to point B, what are we really doing to get there? And every day, are you really doing what you need to do to get there, right? And a lot of times the answer is no. My problem is I think that life's supposed to be a party every single day. I think I'm supposed to have fun every single day. And I love that about me because a lot of times I do have fun every single day. But in order to get to the next level, in order to get to where I want to go, I understand that there's just a level of discipline to get to the next level that I have to activate. And your girl's finally ready, okay? So we're back. Sistervention is in full effect. We have a lot of new things coming up, which we'll get into. But yeah, so I tried to apply to jobs. I kept interviewing, kept getting 4 rounds, getting to the final round, not getting it. Now, when I quit BET back in 2021, I said, or was it 2022? It might have been 2022. I think it was 2022. I said, look, I don't want to be in corporate anymore, Lord. Make sure that doesn't happen. And baby, power of the tongue is so important because you really have to be careful of what you speak. I have not been able to get back into corporate if my life depended on it. And honestly, I'm so grateful that my life does not depend on it because baby, it's not happening. Not only is the job market terrible, I've been out for 4 or 5 years, almost 5 years. And on top of that, it's just, I don't really want to be there. So every time I interview, I always say, I don't really want this job. The money's not as amazing as I think I can make as an entrepreneur. And then the Lord's like, okay, boop, not yours. And I'm like, wait, Lord, what? But I need to get a job. My parents want me to get a job. Everybody's like, girl, are you ever going to go back to work? And I'm just like, oh my goodness. So it's really been interesting and it's been such a battle because I know what I've been called to do. I know what God wants me to do. And I do believe that this vision is so large and is so bigger than me. And a lot of times you just do what everybody else is doing, right? Everyone else has a job. Everyone else is going to work. And you just feel like you should be doing that too. So I am so happy to finally be back in front of the camera because it's this is actually where I belong. And even with real estate, I've been fighting it. Girl, just be the realtor. You're good at it. You love helping people. You love getting women into homes, getting their first piece of property, being able to build generational wealth. And that's just what I'm meant to do, right? So I'm really excited. I've leaned into that heavily. I am doing an event called Her First Asset, which I am so proud of myself for. We were able to get 2 amazing influencers on the panel. It's going to be in Dallas on July 26th. I am so excited just for the women to come in and really feel not only empowered, but feel like they have a really clear plan of what they want to do. Or if they don't have a clear plan, they really have a pathway to getting there and feel supported along the journey. I remember when I bought my first house, it was such a big milestone, but I was kind of sad, right? Because a lot of times when I talk to women, they're like, yeah, I want to wait till I'm married and have a husband. And I didn't have any of that, right? And at the time I was super excited, but I was like, wait, am I supposed to be doing this with a man? It feels kind of weird. Then I was like, girl, no, you don't have to do this with a man. Who told you that? And who made you believe? People literally fought for women to be able to buy houses. And then here we are waiting for a man to buy a home. It's ridiculous. So I'm so happy I did that. And I'm so happy that I'm able to encourage others to do so. One of my closest friends just bought a home for me. I'm so happy for her. Shout out to Miriam. She was actually my first official sale. I've been doing a bunch of leases, but she was my first home sale. So super excited about that. And it really is amazing the doors that will open when you just lean in on what you are supposed to be doing. So that's really what a lot of my life has been. Of course, I've been in the gym trying to be my best self. And, just showing up for others. That's what I love to do. That's really who I am. I'm someone who really takes pride in being someone that people can lean on. So showing up for my friends and having a ball. Dallas is so fun. I have the best social group ever. So a lot of this past year has really just been me being outside having a time. If you follow me on socials, if you do not, follow me at See So Chic and Sistervention Pod. But yeah, we have a ball, okay? Like, I'm always having a good time, and I really love that because life is short, okay? Life is short, and yes, we have goals, but we also just want to enjoy the journey, and that is something that I have really been working on. I am so action-oriented, goal-oriented that a lot of times, baby, I just got to get where I'm going. And this past year has been enjoy the journey. So all the ebbs and flows, I've absolutely loved it, but I really want to get into the future of Sistervention. I am so excited for what is to come. You could probably play a drinking game of how many times I've said excited on this podcast, but that's the only way to really describe the feeling of being back here, being able to connect with you guys, being able to really just dive on in everything that I've been working on. I like to call it a little ecosystem, right? So we have Sistervention podcast, which of course will be our episodes talking to you guys straight to camera. And we really hope that will reach the masses, right? The goal here is to really have that big sister talk, but not only big sister talk, but an intervention on sisterhood. There's a lot of things that I'm seeing out in the streets that I'm like, I don't know if I love that for the girls, right? I don't know if I love that from the girls. And it could be anything from Shira 7 to Love Island to, the girls hating their corporate job to the hormones being unregulated, right? We're going to really cover the gamut because we're just not, we're so multidimensional, right? We're just not one layer. There's so much to us as being a woman. There's so many changes that keep happening to us, as being a woman and just life, right? We have our government that is trying to take us out daily. We have society trying to take us out daily. You have your friends, your family, all the things. So the podcast is where we just talk about it all. I'm really excited to bring on a lot of new guests this season and really focus on the oldest daughters. I think that is one of the things with this podcast was created. We really want to focus on things through the lens of the oldest daughter, myself being an oldest daughter. There's just a lot that comes with that, a lot of responsibility, a lot of pressure that I feel we're our own community within ourselves, and we need a safe space. We need a safe space. So that will be happening, especially with our guests. I'm going to target a lot of oldest daughters. If you have any or you know any that you think should be on the podcast or you want to hear from, please drop it in the comments below. I would love to hear your suggestions. We're going to be reaching out to literally everybody. But then there's another layer. I am someone who loves to give back. I am someone who believes that the higher you climb, the further you need to reach back. So we will be launching Sistervention Foundation, which I'm really excited. There will be 2 different, I don't want to call them tiers, but maybe pillars or just, initiatives, so to speak, for the podcast. So the first one will be geared to girls 13 to 20. And that's really going to just be our Sistervention, big sister, really just being able to help the younger generation, whether it's college readiness or getting ready for prom. We did a prom dress drive last year that we weren't able to do this year. So I'm really looking forward to bringing that back in 2027 in a different way, right? I think the prom dress drive was amazing, but, we were targeting people who couldn't really, get everything they needed for prom. And I think a lot of times that comes with a negative stigma. And this time I just want to give a couple of girls a full prom experience, whether you did amazing at school, whether you need the help, just you deserve to be pampered. You deserve to have this special day. And you deserve to just really remember it, right? I think it's such a memorable, event. So that is what we're looking to do there. So really excited about that and just really building up the young girls. So we'll do workshops, we'll do field trips, there'll be events, all the things, right? So then we have another initiative, which is really to my women who graduate from the Younger Girl program, and we go into just the barriers that stop women from being successful. So whether it is grants, whether it's funding, whether it's just access to resources, I really want to be a resource for women who want to level up. That is what it's all about, and that is what I'm all about. So I'm really excited to launch Sistervention Foundation. If you're listening, you know somebody who'll be great on the board, you know somebody who wants to get, involved, let your girl know, DM us, comment, whatever you need to do, get in touch with us, email us, send a carrier pigeon. I do not care, but all hands on deck because we are really about to have an intervention on the girlies, okay? We're going to get all our girls together. Okay, so outside of that, I am really excited. I want to launch a community. We'll start off here in Dallas. That is the goal. I love Dallas on TikTok. I always give my Dallas recommendations for restaurants and events. And I'm like, you know what? I'm a trusted voice, or at least I think so. At least my numbers show on TikTok that I am a trusted voice. So I would love to launch Sistervention Society, which will be our community-based initiative. Like I said, it'll start here in Dallas because that's where we are. That's where we have the most boots on the ground. But really just to be able to build that community and take the podcast into real life. So whether it's dinners or a book club or our events like we're having with Her First Asset, I want there to be a community of women who are like-minded, who want to level up, who really just value evolving, right? Like, I think that's something that we constantly need to be doing. And a lot of times you need accountability. So what better way than to have a community of like-minded women who want the same thing? So Sistervention Society is coming soon. And lastly, there is a large financial component of Sistervention that we are adding. The reason why we are adding it is because I am just seeing too many women not be able to stand on their own. And I think it is so important as a woman to be able to have your money and spend his too. If anybody's ever had a conversation with me for 5 minutes, you know how I feel about that. I think the girlies need to get their coins and then get the coins from all the other ways. I'm not OPM, other people's money. However you do that is on you. But I do believe that you have to always have your own. And a lot of people just don't have the resources. They don't have the tools. And we're making the money. We may not necessarily know how to grow it. We may not necessarily be good at saving it. And I want to help, right? Because that's a journey that I'm on myself. I want to be that 50-year-old woman that people come to and say, hey, can you invest in my business? So that's what we're working towards. And I want to bring you guys along. I want to give you guys opportunity to really join in on all of that. If any of that resonated with you, please let me know. Let me know what you think I'm missing. Let me know what you think I can add as we roll all this out. But I'm really excited to just share all this with you. It's like a complete brain dump of all my ideas that I've been thinking about over the past year, and really just like looking at the conversations that we're having as women and just really understanding that a lot of it always comes back to money, whether it's the fact that like we're not preparing for retirement because we're 30 and we're not really thinking about that, or we don't trust the stock market, or, we don't want to take the responsibility of a home. There's just a lot of conceptions that I think we really have to debunk and really just allow our women to feel confident in making these decisions for themselves without having, our parents or a partner convince us or, steer us the opposite direction of what we should be doing. I think it's really important for us to have the confidence to trust our own voice and make these big decisions that honestly our future selves will just thank us for later. So that is what Sistervention is going to look like in the future. And so excited. I know, how many times can we say it? But so excited and really just hopeful, right? Like, I'm hopeful for the change that I'm going to make. I'm hopeful for the impact that I'll make. And I'm hopeful for just being that person who can change lives, to be completely honest. Whether it was just getting that confidence push or just being able to say, you know what, I didn't think about that and let me go do some more research. That is what I want to be for all my listeners. So with all that being said, I hope this episode wasn't too long, but I really just wanted to give you guys an update on where I've been, what I've been up to. Your girl has been good. She's been having fun. But we're back. We're back, and we're back in a really impactful way, a really intentional way. And I'm so excited to just share all of what I have in store for you guys. The episodes will keep getting better and better. I thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. Again, if you were a listener from day one, thank you for waiting on me. If you are new here, I hope you stay tuned for the ride. It is going to be an amazing one. Until next time, guys, I'm your host, Crystal Chanel. Thank you for watching and listening to Sistervention. Bye.